It was a tense start to that NATO summit today. This is President Trump verbally sparred with various leaders, most notably Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel. Trump called out Merkel's hypocrisy, saying she is voicing concerns about his meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, but continues to deal closely with Russia for Germany's oil.
If you look at it, Germany is a captive of Russia because they're getting so much of the oil and gas from Russia. I think it's something that NATO has to look at. I think it's very inappropriate. You and I agree that it's inappropriate. I don't know what you can do about it now, but it certainly doesn't seem to make sense that they pay billions of dollars to Russia, and now we have to defend them against Russia.
And the confrontation didn't end there, as President Trump pressed members of NATO to now also double their military spending budget to 2% of their GDP. However, the president did sign a joint statement reaffirming existing commitments. Joining me now, Healy, Baumgardner, Trump operative, global energy consultant, 45 Group CEO, former Trump campaign senior advisor. She's also partnered with the U.S.-China Exchange Group. Healy, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I saw an article that you wrote a while back concerning this. You've had issues with this for a long period of time. A lot of people didn't realize the depths of Germany's deal with Russia for oil and how other members of NATO, including Poland, think it's offensive.
Well, Russia's control of oil and of the energy markets in the EU has been going on for decades, and it's something that needed to be addressed. And so I think it was great that the president tackled it head on and, wants answers at the beginning of the summit.
So, my whole thing is, particularly when it comes to natural gas, for instance, in America, the Henry Hub, which is the U.S. quote, $2.81. In the EU, it's over $7. Granted, there would be transportation costs and things like that. But why can't we have liquefied natural gas deals with the EU, particularly Germany, and they don't have to deal with Russia? I mean, we're paying the 72% of NATO's budget. Why are we putting up so much money? Why have we come to the rescue over and over again for them to cut such a lucrative deal with Russia?
Right. They want their cake. They want to eat their cake and they want to have it too. And the fact of the matter is it can't be both. So I think the president bringing that up this morning was a great way to start this narrative and to get answers to those very questions. In 2007, FERC, part of the U.S. government that approves all energy exports, only had 4 export applications. This past year, that's up to 14. We can't meet the global demand fast enough. We have so much supply here in the U.S. So I think that we are at the beginning of seeing that start to happen.
Do you think now, because even the NATO General Secretary admitted that this Germany deal with Russia is something of a mistake. Angela Merkel can always say to President Trump, hey, it didn't happen on my watch. In fact, there are some former high-ranking German officials who have lucrative deals tied to this. Maybe, is there any way to fix it?
Well, I mean, look, energy stability is part of national security. If I was running Germany, I wouldn't want to be at the behest of Vladimir Putin turning my lights off when I didn't give him what he wanted. So, she's in charge and she's the one who can make the decision to change it.
Healy, stay right there. I want to bring in the rest of our panel. Ford O'Connell, he's CivicForumPAC chairman, also a political analyst, along with David Nelson, Belpointe Asset Management's chief strategist. Ford, let me get your thoughts on this. I loved it. By the way, after those comments that we had on the screen, Trump said of Germany, we're supposed to protect you against Russia, and yet you make this deal with Russia. Explain that. Pause. It can't be explained. I call that a mic drop moment, my man.
No, look, it absolutely was a mic drop moment, and Germany is a captive of Russia because they get 60 to 70% of their energy from Russia. They don't pay their 2% NATO pledge, and essentially allows Russia to run roughshod over Latvia and Estonia. Look, at the heart of everything, NATO is nothing more than a military security alliance to check Russia, and essentially when you only have 5 of the 29 members paying it, in Germany, who's the most powerful economy in Europe, not even paying their fair share, you're basically asking America to protect Germany and the entire EU from Russia. Well, guess what? They're paying Russia to be able to attack them. Russia is nothing more than a gas station with a military and a lot of nuclear weapons.
David, on that note, the economic ties, this brings us back to the trade battles, because President Trump is linking the two, certainly in negotiations. Yeah.
I think they are, and this is just dollars and cents. Right now, even if you add shipping costs for us to get the gas over there, it's likely to be a little bit more expensive for Germany than it is. I think a differential right now on MMBTU is about $1. So they're likely to go for the cheaper gas, and that's what they're doing. And they've done this for a pretty long time. You know, Ford pointed out 1.24% is what they're paying right now. And they need to go up 61% just to hit a 2% target. Trump comes over the top with a double on that to get them to 4%. I think that's just to get the conversation going.
So what happens, though? I mean, because I don't know. I don't think they're going to do it. I think it's extremely unfair to the rest of NATO's members. You know, if I'm Poland, if I'm Estonia, I mean, think about Greece, for instance. I mean, Greece is paying much more of their GDP. These guys, they went through the bankruptcy, they went through the pain, they went through the humiliation. Right. And Germany benefits more than any other country in Europe from the cheap euro, and even Greece as well.
Economically, the most powerful country there, for sure. And already, you know, you've seen 15 countries come out with a plan to get to 2%. 3 have already said we can't do it. Spain, one of them. They just can't do it. They're not even going to try.
So Healy, listen, I know President Trump, you know, he made nice toward the end of this thing, and I think his message, though, was heard loud and clear. Where do we go? There are a lot of Americans who are saying if NATO was designed in 1949 mostly as a defense mechanism against the old Soviet threat, is it still even a viable organization? And certainly, if these countries aren't living up to their promises, I mean, look at Germany's readiness, military readiness. It's in shambles. Should we continue to be a part of this?
Look, President Trump is the #1 person we want at the forefront of those discussions. As you know, we've seen he's a deal maker, right? He runs a profit and loss sheet. He wants to have answers as to why we are paying all this money and what we are getting in return. Hence, the subject of natural gas coming up this morning. So while he's on this tour, especially this conversation beginning on the heels of his meeting with Vladimir Putin, I think we're going to see a lot shake out geopolitically, and we're going to see you know, a lot of different answers to these narratives.
Ford?
What I was going to say is, yes, I do totally agree. Look, President Trump is standing up for America and NATO, and he's tackling a problem that bedeviled Obama and Bush. But here's what everyone needs to understand about sort of the 2% GDP on defense. It is about skin in the game. It tells me who's truly concerned about their national defense and about the defense of the group. And basically what they're telling me is, outside of Latvia, Estonia, the United Kingdom, and Greece, guess what, America? We want you to protect us, and we're going to thumb our nose at you. But yes, we do need NATO, and here's why we need NATO. It's no longer just about Russia. It's about China. It's about what's going on in the Middle East. Yes, we need allies and we need friends, but everyone needs to be marching to the same tune.